Welcome, 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 welcome. It's Ramel, the Young Mogul. You are now tuned in to Mogul Elite Club, the #1 commercial real estate and credit community, the #1 commercial real estate and credit channel for you to get all the value that you need, right? You are now tuned into Free Game Fridays. Well, I'll be going live every single Friday, giving out free game, answering your questions for free. I want you to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I go live, every time I drop some game. So I'm gonna give you a couple seconds just to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you also want to share this out with a family member or friend that need this game, all right? Let's get right into it, y'all. So look, everybody that's over here on Instagram, you want to comment the word YouTube. So I'm gonna get you the link because I'm gonna jump right over completely and I'm gonna be tapped in with our viewers here. So today I'm gonna be talking about the 10 skills that require zero talent. And this is important. And I know it's like, damn, Mogul, you always teaching me how to go out there and get self-storage. You've been teaching us how to go buy apartment buildings. You've been teaching us how to fix our credit, how to get funding, how to build our family legacy, how to collectively come together and get out the trap. Like all of those things, all of those things that I've been teaching you, right? The truth about it is that none of it matters. The truth is that everything that I've been teaching you, none of it matters if you cannot master the 10 skills that don't require talent. Because these are the things that, like, we call it the intangibles. So how many are actually athletes? Like if you play basketball, if you play football, if you're a boxer, like if you play soccer, if you play sports, I want you to put 1 in the chat. I want you to put 1 in the chat if you play sports. See, it's not always about putting up the big numbers. When you think about somebody like a Dennis Rodman, who's going to put up rebounds, who's going to do defense, or who's going to get the loose ball, who's going to dive and be chippy. Like, it's about the intangibles that build you up to win championships. So a lot of us, we wonder why we're not making 6 figures. We wonder why we're not making 7 figures in our business. And that is because we have not mastered the intangibles. We have not mastered the intangibles. Listen, this year, I've been like super grateful. I've grown so much this year, personally, professionally, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially. But it's only because I started to be very grateful, right? I started to be very grateful for mastering the intangibles, the things that people can't really touch, right? Pat Bev, there you go, Pat Bev. Those are the type of people that they affect the game. You just don't see the points. You just don't see the assists, but they affect the game in so many ways. And this is how you win championships. So for those of you that's looking to tap in with me on YouTube, you want to go and type in Mogul Elite Club. If you type in Mogul Elite Club, you're going to jump in with me on YouTube where I'm going to have the full discussion on the 10 skills that require zero talent. All right. So the first one, I want y'all to get y'all pen and y'all pad. Write this down. This is very important. The first skill that does not require any talent, but is a skill that is needed to make a bunch of money, and that's being on time. I want y'all to write that down. Being on time. How many of us be waking up late? Matter of fact, let me know in the comments right now. What time do you usually wake up in the morning? Let me know in the comments. What time do you usually wake up in the morning? I was talking to one of my bros maybe like about 6 months ago, right? He was like, yo, bro, I want to become an entrepreneur just like you. You know what I mean? I'm full time and I want to make money in real estate and I want to start this travel company. He was telling me all the things that he want to do with his life. He want to become an entrepreneur. So I asked him, I said, yo, bro, what time you wake up? He had the nerve to tell me he wakes up at 9:30 in the morning. I said, bro, what? You wake up at 9:30 in the morning? So that means if you wake up at 9:30 in the morning, by the time you actually get out of bed, because you got to take a couple minutes just to, get out of the funk, right? You're going to hit your alarm clock maybe once or twice. Then you're going to open up your phone. You're going to scroll on social media for maybe about 10 minutes just to see what happened, what you missed. And then you got to get in the shower. You got to play your music and, get on the phone and answer some messages. So by the time you really get ready to get out the door to start your day, it's already 11 o'clock. It's already 11 o'clock. So by that time, you already lost 6 hours, 7 hours out of your day. One of the main components of being a millionaire and being somebody that's going to be a high-level entrepreneur is mastering being on time. So you got to wake up early. You got to wake up before everybody else do. I'm not saying you got to wake up 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, but you should be up 5, 6 in the morning. Even if you're not actually moving, you should be up actually game planning, thinking about your day. You may not be out the bed yet, but you're in the bed maybe 5 in the morning, and you're thinking about, okay, what is my next steps? How do I plan on controlling the day instead of the day controlling me? How do I control my day instead of my day controlling me? And being on time is so important because look, think about this. When you think about 2008, 2009, when the market crashed and so many people lost millions of dollars, lost their jobs. But if you look on the other side of it, so many people got rich and got wealthy during that time. So just because we see so many people that lose it all, and so many people that wasn't in position, but there's a lot of people that actually made millions in 2008 because they was on time. They was in position for the opportunity. They was ready to strike when the iron's hot. Even in the pandemic. In 2020, so many people got the EIDL loans. So many people got the PPP loans. So many people got a lot of these different financial resources, but you wasn't on time. You wasn't on time. Let's just be honest. You got to be prepared for that. And being prepared starts with being on time. Being on time means showing up 15, 20 minutes before you got a meeting so that you can prepare. Being on time is showing up 15, 20 minutes before your class, 15, 20 minutes before you go out there and you do any type of presentation or before you go to work. You got the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. You got to be on time. I want y'all to put that in the chat. Type being on time. I want y'all to put this in your brain because these are the intangibles that most people do not realize. This is what's stopping you from making 6 and 7 figures. This is what it is. And wealthy people know that time is valuable. So we're not even playing no games. I was watching a video of Earn Your Leisure, and they was telling me how they were saying how when they interviewed Robert Smith, who's a billionaire, the richest black man out here in America, how he was on time 30 minutes before the interview. So if you mean to tell me that there's somebody that's a billionaire and they're getting ready for an interview with Earn Your Leisure and they're ready 30 minutes before, they're prepared, dressed in a suit. If a billionaire can do it, why can't you? Who the hell you think you are? What makes you so special? What makes you so special? If a billionaire can be on time, why can't you? Right? So number 2, this is the second skill that does not require any talent. That means that you don't got to have the best jump shot. You don't got to have the best bars. You don't got to run the fastest. These are not skills that you need talent for. You just actually got to have the will and the desire. Number 2 is going to be making an effort. Just giving it your all. Like really giving it everything you got. Most of you, and I don't want to really say you, but a lot of us, we playing too small. A lot of us are not really maxing out. I want to ask y'all this question. I want you to be honest, right? How many of y'all actually maxed out your day today, meaning that you did everything that you were supposed to do and beyond? If you in your real estate business, how many calls did you make? How many offers did you make? How many times did you post online? How many outbound sales did you do? Like, did you max out your day? How many times did you read? What did you listen to? Like, did you leave it all on the line? When you go to bed at night, you should be exhausted. You should be like, oh, I left it all on the line. I maxed out. I made an effort. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down or what? And comment the word YouTube so you can get the link because I'm going to jump over to YouTube completely. Being on time, making an effort, very important. Now, the next thing is going to be the third. And I want y'all to write this down. The third thing that requires no talent at all, having high energy. High energy means high income. Everybody put that in the chat. I want you to type it. High energy, high income. When you wake up in the morning, you should be blessed. You should be grateful. When I wake up in the morning, it's like, I'm grateful that last night was not my last night. I'm grateful that I got another opportunity and breath in my body to go out there and be the best that I can be. So I need to have high energy. Whenever you tap in with me in a class, if you tap in with me in person, anywhere you ever meet me, I always have high energy, just like this. High energy, high income. Because energy is contagious. Energy is what sparks and get people to actually want to work with you. And I don't turn this off. This is not something I put on for a show. I have high energy all day. That's just it. So I want to challenge you. If you want to make 6 and 7 figures in your business, you need to have high energy. That's a skill that requires zero talent. Zero talent. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down or what? Y'all picking up what I'm putting down or what? So number 4. Number 4 is going to be having a positive attitude, y'all. Like, this is so important, man. We be so in a funk and we suffer from so much financial trauma. We got family hating on us, friends. You got a lot of turmoil. Like, it's rough right now. Let's just be honest here. Put me in the comments if you are going through some tough times right now, or if you know somebody that's going through a tough time. If you got somebody that made a phone call to you and say, hey, I'm down right now, I'm not being my best. If you got people around you that's just not really need to be. I get it. Like, I know it. I have my down days. Everybody have problems. But it's not about the problems. It's about creating solutions. And part of the solution is having a positive attitude. Because whatever you think, you speak. I want y'all to follow me on this. I want y'all to put in the chat, have a positive attitude. Because whatever you think, you start to speak. Whatever you speak, you start to act on. And whatever you act on becomes your habits. Whatever becomes your habits, it actually becomes your lifestyle. See, your mindset is just your lifestyle turned inside out. Your mindset is just your lifestyle turned inside out. So whatever we see on the outside, whatever we see that's unraveling is a direct reflection of what's in here. Like, most people don't understand that it's an inside game. Life is just an inside game, y'all. Right here inside of you. Everything that we need and we want is right here inside of us. We just got to go pull it out. So when you have a positive attitude, yes, things may be rough. Yes, this may not be the best situation that you're going through, but you need to have a positive attitude, because then you're going to create a positive outcome. Number 5, the 5th thing that you can master, the skill that you can actually have that requires zero talent, is going to be being passionate. Like, really show people that you care. My mentor told me this. He said, listen, Mogul, I know you got this mentorship and, you know, you want to help so many people, but people don't care what you know until they know how much you care. I was like, damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And people know how much you care by your passion, by the way you show up for them, by the way you show up for yourselves. By the way you present. Like, I'm not talking like I live this. Anytime you see me speak, anytime you see me do anything, I'm doing it with passion. I'm doing it with love. I'm not doing it for the money. Money is just the receipt for the value that you provide. That's what my brother Coach Crew always say. Money is just the receipt for the value that you provide. So when you provide that value with passion and love, people want to work with you. If you are a business owner, if you don't have passion, how do you expect your team to have passion? I want y'all to put a mailbox emoji in the chat. If you are a mailbox millionaire, put a mailbox emoji in the chat. Like, if you in my high ticket mentorship, my $20,000 mentorship, I want you to put a mailbox emoji in the chat. If you are in my Fund Your Freedom Mastermind, I want you to put a mailbox emoji in the chat. Matter of fact, if you've joined any of my boot camps or my challenges, I want you to put a mailbox emoji in the chat. I want to just see who I'm talking to right now. I want to check the temperature in the room. So for those of you that's dropping a mailbox emoji, right, that means that you've spent at least 5 days with me in my boot camp or challenge. You spent 90 days or more with me in my mastermind, right? And when you spend this time with me, what is the reflection of my coaches that's in my academy? My coaches, my staff, right? My team, everybody that you encounter that goes through the Mailbox Millionaire Academy, the entire ecosystem, high energy and passion. High energy and passion. If you speak with any of my enrollment advisors, they're going to have high energy and passion because guess what? It starts from the top. I have to walk into the business. I have to walk into the meetings and say, listen, this is the expectations. We got to have energy. We got to have passion. We got to have a positive attitude. And guess what? It trickles down to your team, and then your team can perform at a high level. Your team cannot perform at a high level if you are not showing them how it goes. You got to lead the way. You just can't tell them the way to go. You got to show them the way to go, and then you actually got to go the way that it's supposed to go. And let me know if y'all agree or not with me. Anybody that's ever been tapped in with me and paid for any of my mentorship or classes, you know that anybody that you encounter that comes around or within my organization has passion. Because I actually lead with that. That's something that's mandatory. Forget the money. Before we ever even take money, we got to make sure we let everybody know that we care because I care and you're a reflection of me. So comment the word YouTube and you're going to get the link to jump over with us. All right? Facebook right here as well. So the next thing, this is number 6. I want y'all to write this down. I hope y'all taking notes. Number 6, using good body language. It's very important. You could speak in different ways, right? What if I was speaking to you with passion, but I'm sitting down slouch? It's a reason why I'm standing up. When I'm doing this live, I'm doing this entire presentation, I'm standing. I'm having positive body language. I'm showing you that I actually care. I'm showing you that I'm invested into what I'm teaching you right now. If I was sitting down slouched like this and with my hand over my mouth speaking, that's not good body language. How do you expect somebody to do business with you? These are the intangibles. A lot of us want to get out there and make 6 and 7 figures in our business, but your body language doesn't show. You don't got good posture. You don't know how to look somebody in the eyes and shake their hand. These sound small, but it's big. And I go to these schools, I go to middle schools and high schools and colleges, and I teach the young professionals that, listen, you got to have your pants up. You got to know how to look somebody in the eye. You got to know how to shake somebody's hand firm. You got to know how to look up straight, pay attention. Body language is important. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? If y'all picking up what I'm putting down, I just want y'all to put a fire emoji in the chat. Put a fire emoji in the chat. I'm telling y'all, man, when I go into these rooms, I have to come prepared. The reason why I was able to grow my business and make 7 figures multiple times, I did it in a month in 2 different businesses. Matter of fact, I'll give y'all this story. So, maybe in July, this was in July, we purchased 240 units. It was 3 facilities. That was what we just acquired this year. We got over 500 units when it comes to the commercial real estate business. But the seller, right, in order for me to close the deal, I was on the phone with him and I was trying to send him the contract to sign via DocuSign electronically. But he did not want to close the deal that way. He wanted me to meet him in person. And when I went to him and met him in person, I had to stand up straight. I had to look him in the eyes because I'm signing on a $1 million deal. He needs to know that he could trust that I'm going to pull through and make sure I close this on his deal. If we can't master these things, how do we expect to go to the bank? How do we expect to work with a seller? How do we expect to do business if you don't have great body language? Y'all picking up what I'm putting down or what? All right, number 7. Number 7. The 7th thing, the 7th skill that requires 0 talent. And all my parents, if you got kids, put a 1 in the comments right now if you have kids. Put a 1 in the comments if you have kids. And I want you to write this down because these things you could actually show your kids without money. Because I have family, right? And I'll be telling my family, like, hey, listen, it doesn't matter about the money because I started with no money. It just matters about you getting started and being consistent and leading by, oh, my kids don't want to listen to me. Well, these are things that don't cost you no money. These are things that don't require no talent, but if you start doing this, you'll see that your kid will start to see, well, look at mom is doing it, look at dad is doing it. And then now they can do it because it cost them nothing. There's really no excuse. It's no excuse at all. So number 7 is going to be coachable. Number 7 is be coachable. This is a skill that requires no talent. Be coachable. Too many of us got more pride than money. Let's be honest here. I know where we come from poverty. We come from underserved communities. We come from a place where we don't have much. So we got to hold on to what we have. And now we got too much pride because pride is all we have. But if there's somebody else that has been through what you want to go through and they could teach you a thing or two, why not ask them how you did it? Why not listen? I tell this to my mentees all the time. As soon as they join the program, I say, listen, this is just the bottom line. I'm straightforward with you. I'm going to tell you to do some things and it may not make sense to you. I'm just going to let you know up front. There's going to be things that I say, hey, go do this. And you're going to be like, why is Mogul telling me to do this? Like, this don't make sense. I think I should do it another way. Well, it's not supposed to make sense to you, because if it made sense to you, you would have been already doing it. And if you would have been already doing it, you would be past me and then you would be mentoring me. That's it. So when my mentor tells me to go run a certain play, I don't question it because that's my mentor. He's been at the place that I'm looking to go. Let me go run the play. Everybody type run the play in the comments. Everybody type run the play in the comments. We have to be coachable. You have to be willing to take constructive criticism. We have an accountability program in the Mailbox Millionaire Academy. We have an accountability program where we actually hold you accountable. We set you up with accountability advisors. We actually set you up with clarity coaches and different advisors to help you along your path. And with the accountability program, there's some tough conversations. Hey, you're not showing up to class. We take attendance. You're not, like, I'm just going to be honest with you. If you invest in the Mailbox Millionaire Academy, my mastermind, this is not for you if you're somebody that don't want to be held accountable. We will have some tough conversations. We do take attendance. So when we see that you're not having perfect attendance, we will be reaching out. When we see that you're on the Zooms with your camera off, we will be reaching out. We see when you don't come up to our in-person events, we will be reaching out. We will have conversations. We will support you. But if there's excuses that don't make sense, we will tell you because we need it. We need the tough love, the constructive criticism, and you have to be willing to improve and move with speed. You have to be willing to improve and move with speed. So look, Facebook, comment the word YouTube. I'm going to be jumping over to YouTube right now. And you can go to Mogul Elite Club and get the full live. Instagram, I'm doing the same thing. I'm going to be closing up. So make sure you comment the word YouTube, get the link, and go to Mogul Elite Club so we can finish off. I'm going to be breaking down the next the next 3 skills that require no talent. And I'm going to be giving some game on how you could actually go out there and make money in the real estate business, right? So make sure y'all comment the word YouTube and get the link. All right. In the next 5 minutes, I will be jumping off. Now we have to be able to move with speed on the criticism and feedback that we're given. When my mentor tells me, hey, Mogul, you should be doing this or doing that, well, I'm going to do it right away. I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting at all. So my mentor told me this. He looked at my Instagram page and he said, yo, bro, I see you doing a bunch of videos, but you got no call to action. I said, well, what you mean call to action? He said, you don't have nothing telling people where to go. You have nothing leading people to the next destination. So they're all just going to be on Instagram. You got to actually tell people what to do. Immediately, I did it. And when I did it immediately, I started to see more people show up on my free online workshops, because now I'm able to tell you at the end of every video, hey, here's the way you sign up for my free online workshop. Comment the word legacy. You're going to get a message in your DM. When you get that message in your DM, it will give you the opportunity to register for free. The class will be this day. I'm telling you exactly what to do. Move with speed. When my mentor tells me, hey, when it comes to the self-storage business and you're looking to go out there and make multiple streams of income, immediately you need to go and do secret shopping. So secret shopping means I go to the nearest facilities by my facility and I want to see exactly what they're doing. I'm acting as a customer so I can learn what they're doing. I didn't wait on it. I did it fast, right away. Speed. Everybody type speed in the comments. Everybody type speed in the comments. Right? So look, number eight. So for those of you that's tapping in with me right now, I am breaking down the 10 skills that require zero talent. These are the intangibles. These are the skills that's going to help you make 6 and 7 figures in your business and is directly connected to you being able to excel as a high-level entrepreneur. Most people skip these steps and they wonder why they're not getting to the next level. They wonder why they're still stuck. So number eight is going to be just doing a little bit extra. Everybody type extra in the comments. Number 8 is doing just a little bit extra, which means if you know that I need to post online 3 times a day, if that's what your coach says, well, post 5. If you know that you need to read for an hour a day, well, read for an hour and 15 minutes. If you know that you need to go to the gym and you set out to do an hour, you go for an hour and 15, an hour and a half. Just always go the extra mile. When I'm doing my push-ups and I'm like, I'm at like 30, 35, like, let me just do a couple more. Just a little bit more. And you'll be surprised how far that would take you just doing a couple steps more, adding a little bit more value. When anybody tap into my mastermind, my Mailbox Millionaire Academy mastermind, I always do extra. They call me Mr. Underpromise and Overdeliver. That's what they call me, because I underpromise and I literally go above and beyond, because that's part of the principles of being a high-level entrepreneur, is to do more, is to go extra. Everybody type extra in the comments. Everybody type extra. And there's nobody that's successful without going above and beyond. You will never be successful being mediocre. You will never be successful being average. You would never be successful doing the bare minimum. You would never be successful just doing what you're asked or what you're told. You will only be successful if you go above and beyond and do more than what you're asked, what you're told, or what other people are doing. It's just that simple. All right? So look, Facebook, I'm jumping off. Instagram, I'm jumping off. I'll see y'all on YouTube. I got a few more, and I'm going to be on here for another half an hour. So I'll be jumping off. Make sure y'all go to Mogul Elite Club, y'all. Mogul Elite Club, and tap in with me. All right? Now, number 9. Number 9. We almost there, y'all. We almost there. Number 9. Be prepared. Be prepared. So this is so important. It's very, very important for you to understand the importance of being prepared. Right? I remember when I used to go to school and I never used to have like pens and pads. I was asking people to borrow paper. Let me get a pen. Well, that 10 minutes that you're trying to find somebody that got an extra piece of paper or a pen, you missing out on your opportunity. You missing out on the game. You missing out on your resources. Opportunity doesn't let you know when it's coming. Opportunity just knocks, and you got to be ready. You got to be prepared for it when it comes. When I made $157,000 on my very first deal, the only reason why I made $157,000 is because I prepared myself for the opportunity. So when a deal came across my table, I was able to execute because I prepared myself by getting the information, going through courses, taking the trainings, putting in my reps, connecting with lenders, connecting with brokers, making sure I built the right team. I prepared myself for the opportunities. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, I want you to drop a fire emoji in the chat. If you're picking up what I'm putting down. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, I want you to drop a fire emoji in the chat. And the last one, number 10. Number 10 is going to be having an elite work ethic. Elite, meaning, you know, Eric Thomas says that you gotta want it as bad as you want to breathe. And it's true. When he said that, I love that quote, that saying, because most of us don't want it enough. We don't really want it. We say we want it, but we don't really want it. When you really want something, you go above and beyond, and your work ethic is unmatched. So me right now, I really want to help people. I really want to build impact. So guess what? On a Friday night, I'm committed to doing Free Game Fridays, 9 p.m. Well, guess what? I'm here. My work ethic will be unmatched. There's nobody out there that's going to work harder than me. There's nobody that's going to outwork me. I'm not watching what nobody else is doing. I'm worried about what I'm doing. And as long as I'm competing against myself, look, I don't compete against my peers. I compete against my past. I don't compete against my peers. I compete against my past, which means I need to be better than I was yesterday. I need to work harder than I did last week. I need to work harder than I did last month. I need to go harder against myself and my past, not my peers. Too many of y'all are watching other people and worry about what they're doing, and that's why you can't win. Because my grandmother always told me this. How do you expect to eat? Like, how could you eat and be full if you're watching somebody else play? Like, my grandmother always told me that. She said, yo, if you're watching somebody else's plate, you will never be able to eat your food. You're going to miss your mouth because I'm looking at you like, oh, look what that person eat. And then you miss your blessing. You watching somebody else instead of working. Your work ethic has to be so strong, right? And my mentor said this to me, and it was so powerful. He said, listen, yo, Mogul, life is going to be hard. You lost your mom. You lost your grandma. You lost your uncle. You lost your dad. You lost your other grandma. You lost so many people, right? But you got to work like everything depends on you. And you got to pray like everything depends on God. I'm going to say that again. You got to work like everything depends on you, but pray like everything depends on God. You got to work like a slave in order to become a master. I'm like, sheesh. Like, that is the type of work ethic that you need to have in order to really become a high-level entrepreneur. Do y'all feel like this is valuable or what? Let me know. If you feel like this was valuable for you, I want you to put yes in the comments. Put yes below if you felt like this was valuable for you. These are the 10 skills that require zero talent. The intangibles, right? The Dennis Rodmans, the Pat Beverleys, the Tristan Thompsons, these guys that's on the court that you may not see their stats, but they doing all the great things, all the other things that you can't really put a number on that's helping you win championships. These are the skills that's going to help you win championships. And I'm having a free online workshop. Every Wednesday at 9 p.m., I have a free online workshop where I'll be teaching you different strategies on how to build wealth, right? Ultimately, I'm teaching you how to buy self-storage facilities with no money down strategies. But if you want to register for the free online workshop and get more of this in more detail and real exact strategies, you want to go to commercialandcredit.com, or you could just comment the word legacy or hit the link in the description. Commercialandcredit.com. It's free. It's totally free. It's a free online workshop. It costs you nothing but your time, but I'll be there for 2 to 3 hours, just really giving out a bunch of information on how you can go out there and make 6 and 7 figures in the commercial real estate business. So comment the word legacy or hit the link in the description, or just go directly to commercialandcredit.com. Commercialandcredit.com. So now I want to answer some questions, right? We could do a Q&A. Let's do a Q&A. For the next 15 minutes, I am open to doing a Q&A, y'all. You can go out there. All right. So drop your questions in the comments, and I'm going to answer it. This is your time. So Free Game Fridays. I'll be doing this every single Friday, so make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like, comment, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I go live for Free Game Fridays. And then we have Mogul Mondays on Mondays. And then we have our free online workshop. So I'll be live 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, consistently giving you the valuable information. But drop your questions. Drop your questions. Anything that you want me to answer. Drop your questions and I will answer it. All right. Drop your questions in the comments. Let's get it. All right. Jesse says, I want to get an LLC, but do not know what type of business to start to get those bags. All right. I'm gonna give y'all some game. So Jesse, I'm gonna give you some game. You want to get an LLC. Number one, Jesse, just get the LLC. Don't worry about what business you're gonna start, what industry yet. You just want to get an LLC and make it general, right? So when you go and get that LLC, you can have the name to be your last name, solutions.com. So Solutions LLC. So what that means, it'll be Ruiz Solutions LLC. If your LLC is your last name, Solutions LLC, it's general and it could do any type of business once you decide. Right? And then you get your EIN and you're going to put consulting services, because you can do business consulting services for multiple industries. Right? So that's the first step. Do not wait to get your LLC. You want to get that as soon as possible, because the longer you have your LLC, the more money you will be qualified for. The longer you have your LLC, the more money you'll be qualified to get. Right? Now, these are some things that you could do to make money right away. If I'm you, the biggest thing that I would do is get into affiliate marketing. Like, that's the easiest business to start, and you don't have to have no money. With affiliate marketing, all you're doing is being a middleman or woman. So I'll give you an example. Right here, this hat right here, this is Wallow's clothing brand. Wallow 267, this is his clothing brand. I'm actually doing affiliate marketing right now because I'm wearing his hat. So I'm actually promoting his hat. So when I tell you, hey, listen, go buy Wallow's hat, if I had an agreement, which I don't, I'm just rocking his hat because that's my guy and I like it. But if I had an agreement with him that says, hey, Wallow, I'm wearing your hat. Every time I get somebody to buy it, can you give me a piece of it? If this hat is $50, can you give me $10 every time? Well, now you don't have to deal with the inventory. You don't have to deal with the implementation. All you got to do is tell people that they want it. They connect with Wallow. Wallow pays you. Right? So a lot of us are doing affiliate marketing and we don't even realize it. When you're wearing Gucci and you're wearing Louis and you're wearing all this fashion over, you're doing affiliate marketing. You're marketing other people's services. So one of the best businesses is credit repair, because everybody needs credit repair for the most part. You know, you got people that got top tier credit, but for the most part, people need credit repair. You can always find people that need credit repair. So this is how it works. You could find somebody that has a credit repair business. Right? I'm giving y'all some game. Find somebody that has a credit repair business that you know, and you say, hey, listen, you may have Rich Off Credit Services, right? This is a credit repair company. Shout out to Rich Off Credit, one of my guys. But look, that's his credit repair service. He charged $1,000 for his credit repair services. And then you may know family and friends that need credit repair. Well, you're going to go to them and say, hey, listen, if you need credit repair, I got somebody that can help you out. And when you have them pay that person, they give you $100. They give you $200. Now you're making money in between without doing anything. That's the best way to start making money right away. And if I'm you, this is what I did actually. I started to partner with brokers. I started to partner with card salesmen. I started to partner with tax professionals. I started to partner with mortgage lenders. So when I partner with these people, they directly work with people that need good credit. So if they get denied, they send them to me. And when they send them to me, I connect them with my guy who does credit repair, and I get paid in between. It's the easiest way to make money. All right. And then you can go on from there. Now with that money, you start to reinvest. You want to get into real estate. Real estate is the best business because it's more secure and it's subscription. So I like to make money reoccurring. Any business that has a subscription base, which like a reoccurring. So we think about Apple Music. We think about Netflix, right? We think about Amazon Prime. We think about any of these businesses that have you on a subscription. Well, real estate is the #1 subscription-based business because you pay every single month to live or utilize that space. That's a subscription. But it takes money in that real estate business and there's more experience needed. So I would start with affiliate marketing and then reinvest your profits to go to real estate. All right? What's the next question? Next question is going to be proper business structure. So here we go. I'm going to do a full video on the business structure in more detail, but just to give you a few, right? You want to go to namecheck.com. Go to namecheck.com and you want to make sure that that name is available first, right? Before you go and get the LLC, because sometimes you may try to go get a name, right? And then you try to get an address and somebody already got it. So go to namecheck.com, confirm that the name is there. Once the name is available, now you want to go to opus.com, like Opus Office. You want to go to Regis. You want to go get a virtual address. So when you get the virtual address, they're going to ask you for the name of your business. Well, you're going to use the name that you have because you verified that is available on NameCheck. So now you get your virtual address, you got your name. Now you go file your articles of incorporation. Now you go and file for your EIN with your virtual address and your business name. Once you do that, then you get a business email. Not a Gmail, not a Yahoo, not a Hotmail. You get a .com. Then you want to get a website. You want to get a business phone number. And you could actually get the phone number, the email, fax number, and address from Opus. Matter of fact, I'll put the business funding checklist in the link in the description. That's what I'll do. I'll give it to y'all for free for tapping it with me. I'll give y'all the business funding checklist. I'll put it in the description. So that's how you properly structure your business for the most part. And then you could actually go and start applying for funding. But I'm going to do an entire video on that. I'll probably do that next week. So stay tapped in. How much money should you invest into insurance policy to start investing from it? Great question. It's really depending on your budget, right? You could invest $5,000, you can invest $10,000, you can invest $50,000, $100,000. It's really based upon your budget. I'm not going to really tell you a direct number. Just start where you can, right? Because I don't want to tell you 50,000, and if you don't have 50,000, then you're waiting to go get a policy. So whatever you have, just start, right? But probably a minimum of $5,000. Like you want to at least have $5,000 to invest inside of your IUL policy first. The more, the better. But I teach you how to go and get the money too. So I teach you how to leverage other people's money to go invest. So if you go get $100,000 from the banks, 0% interest, and then go invest into your IUL, then pull the money out to go buy an asset to go pay, that's a whole other class, right? But hopefully that answers your question. Kathy, if I have an investment property where I contact my business with my tenants, there's a clubhouse attached. Could I use that business address? If I have an investment property where I contact my my business with my tenants and there's a clubhouse attached, yes, you could use that address. Yes, you can. Yes. All right. The middleman economy. Hell yeah. Hell to the yeah. All right. What other questions do y'all have? Any other questions? We got about 10 more minutes. Drop your questions and I'll answer them every single Friday. Apolline, what up, bro? Every single Friday, Free Game Friday, I'll have a topic for you, and then we'll do Q&A. There's a lot of people that, send me messages via DM, that text my number, and like it's so many messages I can't really get through everything. I try my best to respond as much as possible, but if you just like come onto these calls and this is the best way I can give you free game. Now, if you want direct access, obviously you want to, join the mastermind. Unfortunately, the Mailbox Millionaire Mastermind is currently closed. There's a waiting list. It won't open until January of 2024. But until then, hop on these workshops. You want to hop on these Free Game Fridays, and I'll be able to give you as much value as possible. Conduct your business. All right, what else? What other questions y'all have? Let me know. What up, Betty? What up? I see y'all. Kathy, what's up? All right, so yeah, man, if y'all don't have no questions, all right, we're going to wrap this thing up. Can you start to get funded? Hold on, what this say? Can you start to get funding before you have your LLC? Yes. Good question. The question is, can you get funding before you have your LLC? Yes, but it will be personal funding. So you don't have, you got personal funding and you have business funding. Personal funding is like personal credit cards, personal lines of credit, and personal loans. So just to name a few, you have Lending Tree, Lending Tree, you could go get some cash loans up to $50,000. You have SoFi is another one that's up to $100,000. These are cash loans that you get funding, and then now you invest and build up your business to go get business funding. The reason why I like business funding more is because it doesn't report on your personal. It is literally hidden for the most part as long as you pay it, and you can be aggressive as far as how much you use. Like you can max it out without tanking your credit score. Versus on the personal side, you max out your cards, you'll tank your credit score. All right. What else we got? I send out the text messages, Grant. So every Friday, 9 p.m. and every Monday, 9 p.m., I go live. And then we have the online workshops every Wednesday at 9. So this is where you can catch me on YouTube Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mondays is Mogul Mondays, 9 p.m. Wednesdays is the Commercial and Credit Workshop, which is a class. Fridays is Free Game Friday, where it's more Q&A. You get to ask me questions. Mondays is really more of is usually a topic that I go through. Fridays would be more Q&A. All right. Are there payment plans for the mentorship? Yes, there are payment plans for the mentorship. Ways to get business startup funding for a boutique, as an example, or any partnership brands could you suggest? Ways to get, that's a whole class. I just did a workshop. It's on my YouTube, how to get 100K in funding with or without credit. So go check that out. I broke that down in more detail. But just to give you a few, right? You want to start with credit cards. Credit cards is the most easiest way, and it's the entry level way to get business funding. Because you could do that without no documents, right? No pay stubs, no tax returns, no bank statements, and it's projected income. So I would tell you, Chase is number one. Go to Chase first, because they'll give you up to $150,000, 0% interest for 12 months. Chase, they pull from Experian. The next thing you want to do is you want to go for Citizens Bank. Citizens Bank, they do a soft pull on Equifax. And then Fulton Bank. Fulton Bank is really good. They give you $25,000 easy. They pull Experian and Navy Federal as well, but you need to have a relative or do the backdoor method to get in the Navy Federal Credit Union. That's an easy $25,000 on the TransUnion side. So those are some ways to get funded. Credit cards, and then from the credit cards, you go to the line of credits and the loans and more creative products. All right. I have 2 properties, one in Brooklyn, one in Queens that I live in. How do I set up an LLC to put my home in? So what you're going to do is you open up an LLC just the way I said it, right? Go to name check, make sure the name is there. Then you get an address. You go and file with your Secretary of State. And then what you're going to do is if you got a mortgage on it, you got to do a refinance. So you're going to refinance the house in your business name. But if you don't have a mortgage on it and you own it free and clear, you can just run a title and transfer the deed. The next workshop is going to be Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the next class. Ruthie, what's up, Ruthie? What would you do if you have bad credit with the LLC and no? Listen, I broke that down, yeah. I actually go check that video. Sharia, how to get my secret hack to get 100K in funding with bad credit. You got to watch that video. But one of the things that I teach is the backdoor method. This is something that I've done and mastered. Nobody can teach you this because they haven't done it. The backdoor method. You want to go to subprime lenders. Subprime lenders, these are non-traditional lenders, right? Upstart, OneMain, OppLoans. You go to them and then you can leverage the capital you get with them to go get secure business lines of credit with the traditional banks and working around. It's the entire process that we go through. But go watch that other video. I broke that down. Is there a reason you don't do whole life insurance? Good question, Kyle. Kyle said, is there a reason that I do not do whole life insurance instead of IUL? I do both. I just speak about the IUL more because it's used as my infinite bank. I use it more aggressively from an investing side, but I do have whole life. I do have term insurance. I have all 3 of those, and it's all for different purposes. So my term is to really cover the debt on my assets. Whole life is really, the permanence, and is able to do a cash value line of credit. And my IUL is more so for my aggressive infinite bet. So I use all three. Are there stipulations for getting your LLC in a different state? Nah, you're good to go. Ain't no stipulations. How do we get in the Navy Federal without a family member? Jesse, you got to tap into the mentorship for that. I can't really break that down because it's a creative strategy, but there's a way that we get into Navy Federal, but unfortunately, I cannot break that down right here. You got to get into the mastermind for that one. Or by the course. It's actually in the course. How to structure your policy for the infinite bank. How I need to get back in MMA. How could you tap back in? Wendy, what up, Wendy? Tap in. I think Jess should have reached out to you, Wendy. Naya already reached out to me on your behalf, so I'll make sure Jess reaches out to you, Wendy, on Telegram. So check your Telegram messages, and you can get back into the Mailbox Millionaire Academy. We got you. We want to have you back, Wendy. We miss you, Wendy. We miss you. All right. I have no credit. What is the fastest way to get into business? If you have no credit and you want to get into business, the fastest way is to do affiliate marketing. I'm telling you. This is what I did, and I'm going to close this out. When I first got started, right, I had a credit repair business, but it was a white label credit repair business. So do y'all know what white label is? If you know what a white label, put yes in the chat if you know what white label is. So for those of you that do not know what white label is when you actually create a business to sell a product or service as yours, but it's really somebody else on the back end running the operation. So I had a credit repair business where my mentor was really running the credit repair business, but I was the face of it, and I had my own business on the front of it, and I was taking on clients. So he would give me his price. He said, yo, I charge you $500 per client. And I was charging my clients $650. And I would take $150 each client and give him $500. I'm making $150 in between. He's doing all the servicing. And I made a bunch of money. During tax time, I had referrals because I partnered with one of my guys that had a tax business, and he was sending me a bunch of clients. I made like $75,000 in 3 months just off of white labeling middleman credit repair. Middleman credit repair. I might do a whole class on that. Matter of fact, let me write that down. I'm gonna have to do a whole class on how to middleman credit repair. Cause that's a whole class. How to be able to make 6 figures in credit repair without repairing credit. Let me write that down, actually. How to make 6 figures in credit repair without repairing credit, because that's literally what I did. How to make 6 figures in credit repair without repairing credit. I'm gonna do a class on that. All right, y'all. So we're going to wrap this thing up. I want to thank each and every one of you for taking out the time, spending your Friday night with me. I truly appreciate it. I'm grateful. I never take this for granted to have hundreds of people be able to watch and tap in, and me being a vessel. Like this is an assignment that God gave me, y'all. Like literally, I had a conversation with God, and he said, listen, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to make sure you're good. But the minute you stop making sure everybody else good is the minute it will stop for you. I'm blessing you because you bless others. And that's the only reason why. So that's the reason why in order for me to be blessed, I got to bless you. I got to give back. I got to make sure I'm over delivering, because that's just a conversation I had. This is an assignment for me. So I'm grateful that you're here. I want you to subscribe. For those of you that are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe. And I want you to share my YouTube channel out to family and friends or people that you feel could benefit from this. Let's build this YouTube channel. Let's make sure that more people are involved and we understand the value in this information. And let's stay tapped in. So I'll see you on Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Mogul Mondays. I'll see you then. And I'll see you for Free Game Fridays next next week, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget, if you want to sign up for the free online workshop every Wednesday at 9 p.m., go to commercialandcredit.com, or you can click the link in the description. It will be in the description, and you can register for free. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a blessed night. Let's get it.